gentlemen, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of COMBROSIA Connects, brought to you by COMBROSIA, the Commerce Subject Society of Motilal Nehru College.
Prepare yourself to embark on a metaphysical journey as we move on to yet another captivating episode of COMBROSIA Connects.
I am Vansh, your pilot for today's imaginative adventure, and alongside me is Vaishnavi, your co pilot, extending a warm greeting for this wonderful journey.
So, grab on your metaphorical passports because today we're jetting off to an island, a commerce utopia where dreams are transactions and equations dance in the moonlight.
That's right, Vaishnavi. A virtual island awaits, and our guests are the pointers leading this expedition.
Welcome aboard, core members of Batch 2021-2022. We're glad to have our dearest and our very own super seniors as passengers for this reminiscing journey back to your college days.
Welcome, dear passengers. Fasten your seatbelts as we are ready to take off. Introducing our guest, first most welcome to Arshit Chugh, currently working as Risk Analyst in EY and the former social media head at COMBROSIA.
Now, let's turn our compass to Eshita Kalra, currently navigating the academic seas at IIM Jammu and a former head of public relations at COMBROSIA.
Joining in next is Yashika Agarwal, the Master of Content and currently working in EY.
Next, we have Manya Garg, currently studying in NMIMS Hyderabad and a former operations head who managed all of us pretty well.
Our final guest on this mesmerizing island tour is Shaurya, the ex-finance head at COMBROSIA and currently a chartered accountant finalist.
आप सबका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत. So without
further ado, let's start it with the podcast. So beginning from the questions from the Shaurya. Shaurya, as the former finance head of COMBROSIA, you have orchestrated financial symphonies. So if COMBROSIA were a stock, what would be its trading history and how would you describe its dividend of memories? Virtual stage is all yours.
ऐसा स्टॉक है, मतलब इसमें इन्वेस्ट हर कोई करना चाहता है एंड मतलब कॉल पुट की अगर नॉलेज है तो मैं उसमें लैंग्वेज में बोलूँ तो भर के कॉल कर लो, मतलब बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा. जब मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में था तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि बढ़ेगा ही बढ़ेगा, तो कॉल दबा के कॉल, पुट का कोई चांस ही नहीं था. एंड देन जब मैं सेकंड ईयर में आया सिचुएशन वाज ऑलमोस्ट सेम, कॉल, बट एक टर्न अराउंड हुआ इन माई थर्ड ईयर. जब चल रहा था आई फील कि प्राइसेस बहुत जल्दी फ्लक्चुएट हो रहे थे, अप डाउन अप डाउन अप डाउन, एंड एक टाइम बिल्कुल डाउन. ट्रस्ट इश्यूज थे, जैसे स्टॉक में ट्रस्ट इश्यूज आते हैं, हर बंदा सेल कर रहा था, सेल 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 सेल. कॉल वालों को लॉस, हवा निकल रही थी कॉल वालों की इन इनफॉर्मल टर्म्स. बट जस्ट लाइक शेयर मार्केट, सप्लाई डिमांड का खेल है. कुछ ही टाइम बाद सिचुएशन गेट नॉर्मल एंड आई फील अभी भी एज अ गुड स्टॉक, मतलब स्टार्टिंग में अप था एंड नाउ फ्लुएंट रेट पे ग्रो कर रहा है. तो स्टॉक मार्केट की लैंग्वेज में इन माय टर्म्स ऐसा है फील from where I began.
It's very fascinating to hear the dividend of memories you've shared with us.
So our next passenger, Manya, this question is for you. Life is often a labyrinth of opportunities, or you can say that ups and downs. And so does our island of commerce often put such storms and challenges among us. So can you share any specific story or timestamps where you have felt low about facing a career storm and how you emerged out of that?
I'll just share this thing. I recently joined NMIMS Hyderabad, but I was really looking forward to clearing out CAT and getting into one of the IIMs, like everyone's dream, top tier colleges. But that didn't happen. So I had just these choices to go to the second year college. So for 1 year, I took a gap and I studied very hard, but it did not happen. So I think that was a time when I got really depressed. I couldn't score appropriate score for it even after spending 1 year. But I think coming to NMIMS, I have realized that you have to uh, learn to deal with failures, and you really have to adapt to certain things, and you have to take decisions when they are like very important. Sometimes you take very difficult decision. So I could take another gap year, or I could do a job at that time, but I decided to complete my studies in one go, which was the plan from the beginning. So I think that was one thing which happened with me during my career aspiration and journey.
Thank you, Manya, for advising us about chasing our challenges and dreams without thinking about the future.
Our next dear passenger, Yashika, this question is for you. The island of Combrosia has a library of dreams. If you could contribute one chapter to that library, what would be its title and what valuable lesson it's going to impart the commerce enthusiast? The virtual stage is all yours.
There are many things, but I could not think of a title ekdam se essay. Like when we talk about, like as you mentioned, Library of Dreams, like we met so many people in Combrosia जिनके ड्रीम्स एस्पिरेशंस सब कुछ बहुत अलग थे बट व्हाट आई बिलीव इज एज पार्ट ऑफ लाइक ड्रीम्स एवरीवन ड्रीम्स इज ऑफ अ फनफुल जर्नी like whatever they do they must enjoy it alongside learning like in college life in their post graduation life and in jobs as well like everyone's complaint is always regarding कि लाइक वो बात नहीं है यहाँ पे या फिर वो मजा नहीं आ रहा है वो किक नहीं मिल रही है जैसे सब बोलते हैं so my advice would always be do what makes you happy in whatever sense like you can take it like for example what happened with me was I got admissions in DU in art stream like I was chasing something different I was going for BA political honors but I was not getting that kick and within 5 or 6 days I tried so much to get into commerce side again and college authorities were like no we cannot do because this is not like allowed the cutoff has already went and the cutoff is now below of what you have scored but anyhow we did it and that's how I got into the fun part what I was enjoying what I was like maybe made to learn like the commerce thing so yeah that I would prefer like always do what makes you happy even though you have set it in your mind like I will do this I will do this but when the time comes sometimes you're not getting the satisfaction from that so yeah
Thank you, Yashika, for this deep thought.
So, moving on to our next passenger, that is Arshit. So, this question is for you. We got to hear and know about you that you broke the common perception of pursuing MBA before work experience and took placement. So, could you please explain how working at EY has helped you in landscaping your future journey?
Uh, so I was like in my college life, it like taking the I would say accepting the job offer was the toughest decision in my college life, as I was not prepared to earn and be that independent at the age of say 2021. And on the other hand, I was like not even prepared to take a drop year as well. So I just joined EY as I just wanted to do something in my life as I didn't have the opportunity to give CAT and just go into the top tier colleges as well. About EY, how it has helped me. So I believe that our batch didn't have the opportunity as well as the exposure to for our personal growth as like we were mostly into the online mode because of the pandemic situations going on. Secondly, I didn't have any of the internships, as I didn't prefer doing the online internships at that moment. So I believe all the technical growth, I would say, whether it be the Excel, I'm just talking about the basic tools there, whether it be Excel or the technical knowledge or even the personal growth that the students in college get to learn, like get to know about by going to college, by interacting with the teachers or I would say the professors, that I was missing there. So yeah, EY helped me to gain that expertise as well as the knowledge of the technical side as well. So I would really say that if you aren't prepared for what you have to pursue in your future, as it was in my case, I would say like don't give up with the opportunities that you have.
Thank you, Arshit, for your valuable guidance.
Adding on to you, Arshit, as you have mentioned that you were not ready to go and earn for the money, right? So, given you a choice that will you choose money or passion? On right side we have money, and on the left side we have passion. So, what you are going to choose?
I would simply say passion because I didn't go with that option, and I somehow regret that. So if you are passionate about something, whether you have to like start your own business or maybe just join your business or do something on professional aspects, so I would simply say that go with that side. But if you are like willing to do with like MBA, given the current situation about the jobs, the openings there, I don't believe that there are good openings in the good companies as well. So I would say like doing an MBA in the current situation before WorkX is really like would really help you in future. Like given the current situation, not as per my like experience, but if you are like passionate about doing something on your own, so I would say go with that.
Yeah,
And that's what the growing industry does. Yeah.
that's absolutely an answer to why to choose passion over the money to our dear audience. Thank you so much, Arshit. Moving on to our next passenger, that is Ishita. So, Ishita, this question is for you. What role do the IIMs plays as academic lighthouses? How was your journey from Motilal to IIM Jammu?
So, first of all, I'd like to start with whoever watching this and dreaming to be in an IIM is that we don't know the entire reality of one. So, first of all, do not over expect things, which I certainly did. Also, I'd say that I think that the main motive, the motivation that should be in students, it should not be to getting into an IIM, it should be doing an MBA, learning what an MBA teaches you. So, talking about my journey, so when I came here, it was my first time moving out of the home. I am brought up in Delhi only, so I have never lived out of my home. So that was a challenging part for me because being away from my home and everything, and then to getting challenges every day. So what I feel is that an MBA, more than a theoretical or bookish world, it's more of practical experiences, something that we never got in an undergraduation life. So it's like every day you wake up and you have to encounter a new challenge, literally every day, be it getting into committees or be it an internship. Because see, I don't think a lot of people know this, but when you start with an MBA, in a matter of 3 months you have to get placed in an internship. So basically, when you go sit for internship, the MBA hasn't taught you much. It hasn't taught you at all, even at that point of time. So whatever you've learned in life, whatever laurels you have in life till now, will be accounted for when you get an internship. And then your final job ultimately depends on how good you were in your internship, if you get a PP or something. So basically, I don't think that you should come to an MBA for the theoretical knowledge or the concepts or the principles. MBA life is an all through experience, and I think anyone who wants to ace being a manager should do an MBA. Not specifically from an IIM. I'm not saying that life in IIMs is not good. It's amazing. You know, they have a set curriculum. They have everything for you to explore. They give you the right amount of set challenges and the right amount of help that you need in your industry experience. But except that, I think you should do an MBA just because to get an altogether experience, a comprehensive one, I feel. So yeah, that was how my journey was. Till now, I think a lot more challenges are yet to go.
Thank you, Ishita. That was amazing. As you mentioned, that life is all about challenges. Human life has lots of obstacles. It seems to be as fascinating as rose. Thorny bushes have roses, or we can say that thorny bushes have roses, or roses have thorny bushes. But how to overcome out of that challenges? One piece of advice for our dear audience. Everyone faces these challenges in their life. Every lock maker makes it with a key. So, what is the key for that challenge?
See, I feel what has been my. I think everyone would have a personalized and a different answer to this. Even all of us would have one. But what, according to me, what I have experienced is that the only key to success and to facing these challenges is persistence, which I feel is very important. You have to, we just have to be persistent. You will have ups and lows, and everyone will have that. And I would say, even if you're going low, you just have to be persistent to, it's okay. Just accept it. Even if it's a low phase, like I think I've learned it by now that, that I have not always been on a high, and when I used to go low, it would be very I would just not like myself at those times in the past life. But now I realize that you will always have highs and you will always have lows, so matter not. You should just go on with your life and just be persistent with what you want, and I think that's the key. Less time, more time. You just have to be persistent.
Yeah, that seems so amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ishita. So, all right, passengers, prepare for your departure as we ascend to higher altitude and new heights closer to our destined island.
Yes, it's time for the chit chat round wherein we'll be asking you questions that are written on closed chits which are numbered. You have to choose any number from 1 to 5 and answer the corresponding question. Who would like to go first?
Like, do we need to select the number
Yes,
of our choice? Okay.
from 1 to 5.
I'll go with the last one. Yeah.
Okay, so chit number 5. Let me open. Here. Building bonds and engaging with new members can be challenging, especially when you have to work during the pandemic. How did you successfully navigate this task and build bonds with your teammates?
A tough question about building bonds, being an introvert. So, I would say is it about guiding you about facing that situation, or just the experience you want to know?
Your experience, how did you build your relations?
So first of all, I was not in that situation to build good bonds with the current, I would say, of my batch, the students of my batch, or even the juniors. But what I have taken from my college life is just the memories as well as the good bonds and relations that I have till now, and how I maintained and built that was just simply working closely with each and every member of my particular team, that was media. So, sharing my experience regarding the media department was that how I worked. I personally worked one on one. Like, I never worked in a team. I worked as a team, but also I preferred working individually. Like, suppose I had like a team of 25 or 30 as far as I remember. So I had, I guess, at that moment, there was an option to pin 5 of the chats on WhatsApp. So I always gave the task to 5 team members and just simply pin their chats, and just work closely with each one of them, so that to avoid the misunderstanding as well as to work closely, and that helped me to build the bonds as well. And I would say I was the one with whom the entire department, the media department, was too close at that moment as well, as you all know about that. Yeah, this is what helped me to build the relations, and to keep the relations as well as to maintain the relations till now.
Want to get treated from others. Thank you so much, Arshit.
Who would like to go next?
Okay, I can go next.
Okay. Which Chit?
From numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
What is that one thing about Combrosia that you miss the most?
Can I answer to this? I would say everything. Like standing in the current situation, working in EY, I miss everything, especially about Combrosia, because the entire college life of us, I would say, not particularly me, about everyone sitting here was about Combrosia, just Combrosia, and not me. I guess we all miss each and every event as well as each and every day spent with the team members in Combrosia. Sorry, Eshita, for taking up your question, but yeah.
So I feel I totally agree with Arshit. We miss everything. I think when I joined the college, it started with Combrosia. It started with our seniors being rude to us, and we just being so angry on them, and how the tables revolved, and us getting that those looks from the batch about us being angry with them, and we totally understood their side too. So I think it was amazing, the 3 years. But I'd still say that if I had to choose one, everything was really good, but I really loved our batch meetings. I loved when the 5 of us would stand in front of the entire society and individually address everyone and every issue, and people were making a mess and people were doing good. And it was so, it looked such like I've always wanted to, be a manager somewhere. So that was my first real life experience of actually managing people, actually managing things. And then us 5, and I loved the coordination that we had about who will address what issue and who will look at what kind of a group. And we had our strong parts, all of us, and we made sure to take it on us to address that issue in front of the batch, and we really came out really good as a team. So yeah, that is what I loved the most.
No matter how many fights we had individually, but in the end, like we stood as like like one core team there. But yeah, I really miss everything about Combrosia, especially the last year, last few months, I would say, when we switched offline.
I agree. We miss you too. Who would like to go next?
Okay, I'll go next.
Which number? 1, 2, 4.
I'll choose 1.
Okay. As you have been an integral part of our annual fest, Commerce Buzz, which one event, apart from the ones you have been a part of, captivated you the most?
First of all, I was not a part of the event I was a part of. I was given a totally different event at the very end point when nobody was there to like we had event heads, so there was nobody who could like head that event. And I was part of like Filmistan and quiz from the past 2 years, but at the end moment I was given a completely different event. So that is how my journey went. Just my like Shaurya supported, like everyone of these people, Arshit, Eshita, Manas supported me. कि like okay, you can do it, you can do it, you will do it. और जैसे तैसे हो गया. And what else was there in the question? I was so took up on by the part event.
You just had to name the event that you weren't a part of, which captivated you the most.
Okay, which captivated me the most. So, like, as I had a different place for those 2 events, so I was there. कहीं ना कहीं मतलब I cannot say I was fully there, but I was like, यार वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? So I was always captivated towards those events कि जो भी टीम मेंबर्स थे, जूनियर्स थे, कि यार तुम्हारे फिल्मिस्तान में क्या हो रहा है, तुम्हारे क्विज में क्या हो रहा है, क्या डेकोर हो रहा है. And I believe like of all the 5s, I was the one जिसको सब जगह सिर्फ घूमना होता था. यार तेरे में क्या चल रहा है, तेरे में क्या चल रहा है, तेरे में क्या चल रहा है. लाइक दीज पीपल मतलब मुझे लगता है थोड़े से मुझसे ज्यादा मेच्योर थे, और मैं ऐसी थी कि यार हर जगह मुझे जाना है, अपनी नाक घुसानी है, क्या चल रहा है, क्या चल रहा है. सो आई वाज कैप्टिवेटेड बाय ऑल ऑफ द इवेंट्स, बट थोड़ा सा फिल्मिस्तान और क्विज के लिए थोड़ा ज्यादा था. So yeah, those were the two events जहाँ पे मैं थोड़ी ज़्यादा रहती थी हमेशा. So yeah.
Okay. Manya Didi, Shaurya Bhaiya, who would go now? From the online mode to the offline mode and conduct an event immediately afterwards. So, what advice would you offer to our team in navigating to such dynamic changes?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll tell you from my perspective as an operations head. तो operation head का ना hybrid या फिर you call it online mode में इतना काम नहीं था. To be very honest, so I was chill most of the time. I was helping other departments instead of operations. थोड़ा सा काम था, just form बना दो, Zoom link handle कर लो. That wasn't really a work. Earning from online to offline, it was a disaster for me personally because so what happened last year was that logistics and creative department, these two departments got merged, and mixing these up, we had a lot of work in this particular department. So I think first of all, if I advise you, so your bonding and team coordination is the most important thing, because अगर मेरी वाली core team नहीं होती तो I don't think I would have been able to handle all the work and the pressure, because I had one more event as well to handle. ठीक है, तो I think these two things, your bonding with your team and your coordination with your team, is the most important, and I would really thank all these guys who helped me during that time. Shaurya ने decor का इतना काम कराया है, Arshit handled things very well, logistics का इतना handle किया Arshit and Eshita ने. So I think these two things, bonding and coordination. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I would also add one thing to this question. Can you tell the similarities or differences that you have observed from your undergraduate life in these societies to your postgraduate life?
Politics. Okay, so I think politics is everywhere, and people really want to get into the power, and so I have experienced these politics part into COMBROSIA as well as current committees and societies. So I think that one, and second one, I think there is a lot of learning and practical experience that you get. Okay, so when you are in a committee or a society, you'll have to deal with situations, real life situations that make you actually grow. So I think that is also a similarity, and apart from that, it is really fun. मतलब टाइम निकल जाता है. What else will you do अगर तुम इससे बैठे रहोगे? Academics का ज़्यादा होता नहीं है. You should join one or two committees or clubs, तो तुम्हारा टाइम इससे अच्छे से निकल जाएगा. I think that's all.
If you had to describe your college life in one line, what would it be?
मतलब किसी ने ऐसे सोचा नहीं होगा जिस तरह से मैंने भी कॉलेज लाइफ में सोचा. मैं 3 वर्ड्स में आंसर करना चाहूंगा. मिक्स वेज की सब्जी. मिक्स वेज की सब्जी होती है तो सब कुछ होता है. सो इन कॉलेज लाइफ we get to experience, I guess, everything that we are going to face in our life or we had faced over in life. So as Manya said, politics कॉलेज में सीखने को मिल जाती है. उससे झेला कैसे जाता है वो सीखने को मिल जाता है. स्टडीज फन. स्कूल लाइफ में स्टडीज थी बट फन नहीं. फन भी था बट टाइम अपने पास नहीं था. सो उसमें टाइम भी है. यू गेट फाइनेंस को कैसे मैनेज करना है अपने, एंड मैच्योरिटी के साथ फन. अमेजिंग मिक्सचर. कॉलेज के बाहर सिर्फ मैच्योरिटी रह जाती. फन नाम का रह जाता है. वीकेंड का फन है वो. आई गेस मैं थोड़ा हार्श हो रहा हूँ बट खाली वो इंस्टाग्राम वाला फन ही रह जाता है. वो दिखावटी फन. आई फील जो रियल फन होता है लाइफ का, जो इस वाली एज का होता है, वो कॉलेज लाइफ का ही होता है. एंड उससे पहले स्कूल लाइफ थी, वहाँ थोड़ा फ्रीडम नहीं होता है एंड आई गेस टाइम भी नहीं होता है. सो आई फील कॉलेज में सबका मिक्सचर मिल जाता है. सो मिक्स वेज की सब्जी ही है कॉलेज मेरे पर.
Very appropriate.
Adding on to this, Shaurya, like in mixed veg also, one likes कि उसमें हमें पोटैटो ज्यादा पसंद है. one likes कि नहीं मुझे उसमें कॉलीफ्लावर ज्यादा पसंद है. one likes कि नहीं मुझे इसमें बीन्स ज्यादा पसंद है. तो what you like the most in that mixed veg?
मैं क्वेश्चन में एक और ऐड करना चाहूंगा, कुछ वेजिटेबल्स वी डोंट लाइक, उसे निकाल के फेंक देने का मन करता है.
हाँ, that's
मैं
also
दोनों आंसर करता हूँ.
yes.
So in my school life, I was a studious person, boring सा. So I guess जो fun वाला एलिमेंट है कॉलेज लाइफ में, वो मेरे लिए सबसे ज़्यादा मैटर करता है अभी तक. तो अब मैं फिर दोबारा बोरिंग इंसान बन चुका हूँ बिकॉज तो जो फन वाला इवेंट है, जितना भी मैंने एक्टिविटी सोसाइटी ज्वाइन करके जितना फन करा, वो मेरे लिए टॉप पे रहेगा. वो सब्जी मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद आती है कॉलेज लाइफ वाली. एंड सबसे बुरी, आई गेस सबसे बुरी सब्जी वो है मेरे अकॉर्डिंग फेक फ्रेंडशिप्स, बिकॉज वो चुपती हैं, तो उसे निकाल देना ही बेटर है.
That's absolutely right. Sure, dear passengers, this question is for Yashika Agarwal. Yashika, what is success according to you?
I believe success is not a point. It basically is a feeling what you get of calm, peace, relief. That is what success means, I believe. Where you find peace to your soul. That's it.
Do you think that you are successful in life at this point of time?
No, not
Why?
really. Because there are some things which I have planned, but those are not falling into those molds which I think where it fits. I am like running to get into a postgraduate admission, and I don't know how it is going to happen. And there are certain other things, like success is always not about money. It is about money, but not all about money. It involves family, it involves your friends, it involves other close people that you have, your career aspirations. There are so many things that combines and will get you there. And I do not think there is a point of like apt success or like जहाँ पे एक definition हो कि yeah this is success, because every time you will need more, you will need more. एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि आपके पास सब होगा, अगर फ्रेंड्स है, फैमिली है, मे बी इनफ पैसा ना हो, अगर पैसा है तो हैप्पीनेस नहीं होगी. तो दिस इज अ मिक्सचर, एंड आई डू नॉट थिंक कि मैं कभी ऐसे बोलूंगी कि लाइक आई एम फुली सक्सेसफुल. आई माइट सीक सेटिस्फैक्शन फ्रॉम व्हाट आई हैव. आई ट्राई टू सेटल, बट लाइक मैं नहीं बोल पाऊंगी कि शायद मैं सक्सेसफुल हूँ. Yeah, so that is it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, also, dear passengers, we have a time machine on this island. So, this time machine is going to take back you to the moment or any moment you wish to go back in that moment. So, Eshita Kalra, you have been selected for this time machine. You can board on this time machine and go back to any memory or any timestamps where you want to go back. You can.
So you want me to tell you where I'd go back?
Yeah. At which time since you wanted to go back?
So there was this time when we had almost decided that the fest will go completely online. And then there was this one call, one meeting where travel decided that we would want it to go offline and that we'll convince everyone to go it offline and maybe hybrid, but we are not doing it completely online. And that time I remember I was on a trip. So these people, they texted me. I opened my WhatsApp group and there were over 200 messages. And these people I had a text from Arshit, one text, and it was like the fest will be offline. And that was the moment I think I was so amazed about it that these four people, they just took that decision. They had to fight the faculty, they had to fight the students, they had to get everything in place. Manya said that her work was, creating Google Form. All our work was very redundant till then. And in a minute of time, her work from being Google Form, it went to the entire decor and everything. So the change was huge for all of us. And I think that was amazing because these things happen in life. So from that time till the end of my college life, I think we had done so much for the fest and it was an amazing memory for all of us. So yeah, I'd like to relive that again.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. Now you can be back to the island. Anyone else want to board on the time machine? Anyone? Manya, Shaurya, Yashika, Arshit? कोई भी टाइम
I
फ्रेम
would wanna.
I would really like to be back in Combrosia, but without having that stress of leading a team and working round the clock and just living the moment and just enjoy each and everything about Combrosia, what Combrosia does.
Maybe just to be the part of the after parties.
I am eagerly waiting for the invite of the after party of Annual Fest 2024.
Absolutely amazing after party. Shaurya, I would like to ask you that after this core team, we have introduced this podcast and alumni and CSR department. So, what is your say on this?
It's great. Even in my tenure, I used to say that कि नई नई चीजें लाते रहनी चाहिए, बिकॉज ओल्ड चीजों से ना लोग बोर हो जाते हैं एक टाइम के बाद। अगर हम सिर्फ टेस्ट ही करते रहेंगे, वो करते रहेंगे, बाकी कॉलेज वाले भी सोचेंगे कि यही करते रहते हैं, छोड़ो। लोग नई नई चीजें ला रहे हैं तो हमें भी अडेप्ट करना चाहिए। जितना हम नई नई चीजें लाएंगे, क्योंकि ये एज है हमारी सीखने की, हम नई नई चीजें लाएंगे, फेल भी होंगी, 60% फेल होंगी, ज्यादा फेल होंगी, सक्सेसफुल खाली 1 का 2 का ही होंगी, बट सीखने को मिलेगा इससे कि हमने वहाँ कहाँ कहाँ मिस्टेक्स करी, कहाँ कहाँ आगे फ्यूचर में जब कोई नया प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च करें, कुछ भी लाइफ में कुछ नया करना ट्राई करें, तो ये मिस्टेक्स हम वहाँ रिपीट नहीं करेंगे। तो इट विल बी अ लेसन फॉर अस। एंड नई चीज़ें लाने से एक एक्साइटमेंट होती है। इवन इन स्कूल डेज अगर कोई नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट होता था तो एक्साइटमेंट होती थी। मेरे को होता था, मैं पढ़ने वाला बच्चा था, तो बाकी को मुझे नहीं पता, बट एक कोई भी अगर हम नई चीज़ करते हैं ना, जो चीज़ जो हमें पसंद होती है, तो हमें मज़ा आता है। मोनोटोनस चीज़ें करते हैं सो एक टाइम के बाद बोरिंग हो जाता है। आई गेस वो याशिका और अर्शित आराम से बता पाएंगे, क्योंकि जॉब में वहाँ मोनोटोनस काम होता है, तो वो बोरिंग हो जाता है। जितनी नई नई चीज़ें आती हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली एक्साइटिंग हो जाता है, ह्यूमन नेचर है। तो आई फील इट्स गुड। एंड ये अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है कि पॉडकास्ट टाइप सेशंस हो रहे हैं, एंड आई गेस थोड़ा इनफॉर्मल हो रहा है, फॉर्मल इनफॉर्मल मिक्स हो रहा है, सो इट ब्रिंग्स अ न्यू लेवल ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट। एंड बहुत कुछ मतलब अच्छा लगता है, हमें भी मेमोरीज रिवाइंड हो रही हैं, एंड इट फील गुड।
Okay. Is there any piece of advice that you would like to give to the current core team or to the upcoming teams?
कैन आई स्टार्ट? एंजॉय, कुछ भी सीरियस नहीं लेने का, इधर से सुनना, इधर से निकालना। लगता सिंपल है, बट ये लोग करते नहीं है। मैं भी नहीं करता था अपने टाइम में। किसी ने कुछ कह दिया तो यार यहाँ पे लग जाते थे एकदम, उसने कैसे कह दिया, अब इससे बदला लूंगा, या अब इससे बदला लूंगी। सो इसे नहीं रखना। कोई बोल रहा है निकाल दो, बाद में तो मतलब बता रहा हूँ, लोगों के चेहरे तक याद नहीं रहेंगे, नाम तो बहुत दूर की बात है, कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा बाद में, इतने बिजी होने वाले हैं सब। सीरियसली, रंग दे बसंती मूवी का एक डायलॉग याद आता है कि एक गेट है कॉलेज का, उसके बाहर वाली दुनिया है ना, वहां पता लगेगा क्या होने वाला है। किसी को कुछ याद नहीं रहने वाला है, नथिंग विल लास्ट फॉर एवर। सब भूल जाएंगे एक टाइम के बाद, एंड इट्स अ हार्ड रियलिटी, क्योंकि सब बिजी हो जाते हैं। भूलना इन द सेंस कि सब अपनी लाइफ में बिजी हो जाते हैं। सो अभी कुछ बातें दिल पे लगा के कोई फायदा नहीं, अपना ही नुकसान कर रहे हो। सो इट्स बेटर कि एंजॉय करो, दिस इज द फेज टू एंजॉय। एंड ऐसा नहीं है आगे लाइफ बहुत बोरिंग है, वो भी लाइफ है, बट अभी वाला फेज जो मैंने बताया था, मिक्स वेज सब्जी है, यहाँ एंजॉयमेंट लेवल बहुत ज्यादा होता है, आगे थोड़ा कम होता रहेगा, क्योंकि नई नई चीजें सीखनी है। सो अभी एंजॉय करिए।
Anybody else who would like to add?
आई वुड कि डिसएग्रीमेंट से डरना मत। डिसएग्रीमेंट्स हो रहे हैं तो अपने पॉइंट्स रखो। तुम कोर टीम में डिसएग्रीमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, प्लीज डिस्कस दोस। पर इतना मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि आप डिस्कस कर रहे हो, आप सॉर्ट आउट करो, पर बाहर वाले बंदों को मत पता लगने दो कि तुम्हारे साथ कुछ हो रहा है। लाइक सोसाइटी में जो भी तुम्हारे जूनियर्स हैं, दे शुड नॉट नो कि अंदर कुछ डिसएग्रीमेंट्स है, कोर टीम डिवाइडेड है, डिविजन्स हैं। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। तुम्हें जो भी डिसएग्रीमेंट्स है अपने आप में सॉर्ट कर लो, कैसे ना कैसे करके रीच टू अ गुड कंक्लूजन जहाँ पे सब अग्री कर रहे हो थोड़ा थोड़ा। क्योंकि अगर डिसएग्रीमेंट्स है तो किसी का पूरा तो आई डोंट बिलीव कि कोई फुली सेटिस्फाइड हो पाएगा, बट थोड़ा 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 अग्री आप सबको कर सकते हो, सबको मना सकते हो। देयर इज ऑलवेज अ पीस मेकर इन द ग्रुप। होता है कोई ना कोई एक तो होता है जो सबको मना लेता है। तो ट्राई लाइक हर सिचुएशन में ट्राई करो कि वो पीस मेंटेन रहे। सो या दैट इज इट।
Okay.
ये सब तो बहुत ज़्यादा दूसरी वाली एडवाइस थी। आई वुड तो से कि हैव एंडलेस पार्टीज, हैव एंडलेस फन, enjoy with your friends, juniors as much as you can, because I don't know, इसके बाद you all will be separated. Most of you will be separated. Some will go for the studies, higher studies. Some will get placed in the companies, relocating to different locations, going back to their homes. So I believe we have endless fun with your friends and juniors as you can.
Okay.
Also, before we wrap up, we want that for our dear listeners, also audience, you should give one piece of advice who are going, either they are going to for their careers in chartered accountants or IIMs or any other specific job profiles like in EY. Any one piece of advices for them, for our dear listeners. We can begin with the chartered accountant, or I guess someone has unmuted.
Oh, we can begin with Shaurya. It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
So if you are pursuing CA, only pursue CA or any professional courses like CA, CA, CMA, ACCA if you have deep interest in that. अगर इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, बोर हो जाओगे, निकलने का मन करेगा, एंड एग्जिट बहुत मुश्किल है. एंट्री इज वेरी इजी, एग्जिट बहुत टफ है. ऐसा नहीं है एग्जिट बिल्कुल नहीं है, बट बहुत टफ है. सो अगर इंटरेस्ट है एंड मतलब टाइम डिवोट कर सकते हो, देन ओनली गो. मैं डरा नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं सच्चाई दिखा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि तभी सर्वाइव कर पाओगे. मेरा इंटरेस्ट है तो मैं घुसा पड़ा हूँ. मन नहीं करता निकलने का, मजा आता है. बोरिंग है कोर्स, मतलब बोरिंग इन अ सेंस की जो जर्नी है वो बोरिंग है. आई डोंट नो अबाउट अ डेस्टिनेशन, क्योंकि मैं पहुंचा नहीं, बट जर्नी थोड़ी बोरिंग है, नो डाउट. बट अगर इंटरेस्ट है तो बोरिंग जर्नी भी अच्छी लगती है. क्योंकि कभी कभी प्लेन रोड पे जब हम ड्राइव करते हैं, गाना लगाते हैं, आराम से सुकून मिलता है. बट अगर किसी को गाने सुनने का मजा ही नहीं है, वो बोर होता रहेगा, वो बाहर देखता रहेगा, यार प्लेन रोड है, कुछ है ही नहीं. तो अगर इंटरेस्ट है तो ही जाओ, वरना मत जाओ.
That's truly amazing. Shaurya, as you told that Gana Lagao Road Pe Chalo. If your life could be described in a song, or how could you dedicate one song to your life? Any one song.
And a question to an apt person.
रुक जाना नहीं तुम कभी हार के, कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे सारे बाहर के. लिरिक्स थोड़ी मैंने फंबल कर दी, बट दिस सॉन्ग वी नो सेट.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Shaurya. Next, anyone else who want to go? One piece of advice for the commerce students, for our dear audience.
I'll go next. So there are two things that I feel. One is that I think college time is the one where you can actually take challenges. After that in life, everything becomes very serious and everything has repercussions and consequences. I feel right now, take little challenges, take risks, whatever you want to take. If that you get new opportunities, don't leave them. This is how you will know what is up for you and what is not. And the second thing that I feel is that we usually as students have multiple ways to select. One is which looks very fancy, maybe good brands, maybe something that is everyone wants to go to, and one is where you actually want to go to. So I feel that I myself took a job in EY as a finance, an analyst. I never wanted to go in finance. I always wanted to go in marketing, and I realized that when whatever time I worked there, I realized that I could have gone to a better. It was not a bad experience, but it was an amazing one. I learned a lot, but I still feel that if I could have chosen a job, with maybe from my stream, from my interest, I would have had more fun. And now when I talk about marketing in an internship or somewhere, it really excites me, and I feel that life should be exciting. Instead of being boring, and you don't have to go to work, you should be willing to go to work. So I think that should be an advice to all the young people here.
Okay, and with that, our dear listeners, our journey to the Commerce Island concludes here.
What an exhilarating ride it has been. A huge shout out to Arshit, Eshita, Yashika, Shaurya, and Manya for sharing their unique perspectives and adding layers to the tapestry of Combrosia.
Your stories have truly turned this podcast into a learning passport for our listeners, allowing them to visit the Commerce Island.
So I, Vansh.
And I, Vaishnavi, along with our fantastic passengers, bids adieu to our listeners as the memorable journey on this Commerce Island comes to an end. May your sails be forever filled with the winds of commerce, and may your journey be as exciting as the stories we've shared today.
Remember, the voyage doesn't end here. Until next time, goodbye, signing
Signing
off.
off.